Hello, hello. This is Coach Adrian. New hairstyle, same Coach Adrian. Excited to be on Love Advice TV again for you in 2022. And I wanted to do yet another topic that I address in private coaching sessions daily. And today, the topic that we're going to talk about is your ex's double standards. Many people are confused, taken aback by the fact that their ex may be saying one thing and acting in another way, or that they're holding you to certain standards that they're not holding themselves to. Those are things that I see all the time, and I am sure that you've experienced this in some way, shape, or form. So let's talk a little bit about that, about those double standards and why this happens. Well, first and foremost, just because you have broken up doesn't mean that your significant other doesn't care for you anymore. Even if they tell you that they don't love you anymore and that they've grown, that you guys have grown apart, that they've fallen out of love with you, the reality is they're still attached in some way. So it's possible that they will tell you that they don't love you, but yet in their actions, you will see otherwise. You'll see that perhaps they're still jealous or still possessive or still want to connect about little mundane things when they told you that they needed space. Those contradictions is something that I see all the time. Furthermore, what tends to happen is that after a breakup, obviously they need space. They want to set boundaries, and you're not letting them have this space, or you're not letting them set those boundaries. Why? Because you're afraid of losing them. You're afraid to lose them, and so you keep trying to connect. You keep trying to talk about the past, what went wrong, what a future relationship could look like, or the fact that you're still madly in love and that you care about them and that you're shattered. And because you're doing this, you're overstepping certain boundaries, and your significant other is forced to convey to you that it's over, that you need to move on, that they don't care about you in that way anymore. So your actions, in other words, may be contributing to the hot and cold behavior that you're seeing from your significant other. Push and pull. As you start to adjust and you start to take a step back, their attitude and actions may start to shift. They may start to reach out to you, even though they said they didn't want to talk anymore, right? They may start to break their own boundaries because a shift has happened in your behavior, right? Another thing is, oftentimes, both you and your significant other are driven by your emotions. It is a highly heightened emotional part of your life around breakups. And so the reality of one moment may not be the reality of the next moment. That's precisely why you go through ups and downs, highs and lows. Perhaps there's some days where you gain a little bit of clarity, you watch a few YouTube videos, some things resonate with you, you see that it is possible, or you feel empowered again and you feel calm. Other times, you may go on Facebook or Instagram, see that someone that you don't know is interacting with their content. You start to get in your head. You start to be fearful. All of a sudden, the weight on the world is in your shoulders, and you feel like everything is collapsing around you. And you act in a very, very different way as a result. Perhaps you're reaching out. You're reaching out to friends, or you're just in this state of despair. Your actions also may differ based off of one moment or the other. The same is true for your significant other. At certain times, they have clarity, they know that they can't be happy with you, and so they're going to push you away. Other times, they may be triggered by a positive memory or a place or something on television that makes, that reminds them of a connection that you had in your relationship, and as a result, they miss you and they may text you just to get that sense of reassurance and validation that they haven't lost you, that you're still there. And that is at the heart of a lot of the hot and cold behavior. Their heart may still be connected. They still may have feelings for you, even though they're not showing it. And their head is telling them that they cannot be happy with you because they weren't happy in the relationship and they've asked you to change over many weeks, many months, sometimes many years, and you didn't change. And now all of a sudden, the breakup happens, you gain clarity, you realize what you've lost, you realize what's at stake, and you're ready to change. You're ready to do the work. And you're trying to convey that to them, but they don't buy it. They don't buy it because you didn't change before. So you hear why now. So those are some of the reasons why your ex may have hot and cold behavior. So the key is to make sure that you are not overreacting to their highs and lows. You cannot internalize that and let that, affect your mood. Otherwise, you're going to go through that roller coaster of emotions that's overwhelming. How do you prevent that from happening? You're human. You care about them. You love them. So of course it's going to affect you. Yes, but it doesn't have to affect you to the point where it throws you off of your process. And the key, of course, is to do this by focusing on the things that you can control. Having a plan and taking action. Taking action. Focusing on those things that you can control will help you alleviate those doubts and those fears when your ex's behavior is not what you would want or what you would expect. This is a very, very profound concept and one that we address in depth, both in our coaching sessions, but also in our masterclass, in our most comprehensive program on how to get back with someone that you love and lost. And I encourage you to check it out if you haven't done so yet. Either way, I hope that this gives you clarity and a bit more understanding as to why your significant other is acting the way that they are. If you're seeing hot and cold behavior, it is important for you to share your personal experience with others who are walking this same path of trying to get back with someone that they love and lost. Because your mistakes and your observations is definitely going to help increase the sense of awareness and emotional IQ of others. That's why it's so important to create a community. That's why it's so important for you to comment in the comment section below on what you have witnessed and what your challenges are so that others can learn and also help you. This is Coach Adrian, super hyped and excited, as you can tell, to share some of the lessons that I've learned on my path along the way and what I've observed in private coaching sessions with individuals just like you. Always keep fighting the good fight, and see you soon for another video on this channel. Take good care. Stay safe.